Okay, so here's the deal. This is going to be a too much information video if ever one has been made. I am sorry, but I believe in my heart and in my soul that crazy things do not happen to a person so that the crazy thing can die off in the shadows. No, I believe you take crazy, you put it on the rocking chair of the front porch, and you display it for the world to see. So today my crazy's going onto the front porch. For the record, this is a PG-13 kind of video. If you have small children, or if you are squeamish about sensitive topics, scan ahead. Don't watch this one. But if you want truth, here we go. Okay, this girl here had a little medical issue. It required a kidney stent. I'm good, don't worry. It was a bump in the road. I'm so far past it now. So they put in the stent, and to take a stent out, if you don't know what a stent is, it's a little, they call it a pigtail, and it's a tube that goes from your kidney down your ureter into your bladder. Ooh, medical 101. So this little tube can't remain in there forever. It's supposed to be a temporary fix until everything's all working together again. So once you need it no longer, a doctor can go in and remove it. Good news is it is not a surgical process, because if it was surgical, they knock you out. So you don't know what's happening. No, you're awake for this procedure. My procedure was yesterday. I started thinking several days ago, okay, I'm going to go into the urologist awake. He's going to be awake. There's not going to be any wine, candles, mood lighting, or Luther Vandross playing. But there's only one entrance and exit to the bladder, and it is in a very private, bikini-covered area, if you get my drift. I'm trying so hard to be sensitive. Okay. I'm thinking, all right, I'm married, but just like if you clean your house every day and you make sure the cobwebs are down and they're dusted and things like that, and you live amongst your home and you go, it's clean, it's fine. But then you're going to have a graduation party, or you're going to have friends over for the holiday or whatever. You go into this deep cleaning mode where you clean things you didn't even know you needed cleaned because we're having guests over. Oh, everything's got to be all sparkly and perfect. Well, I was having a new guest over to my nether region this week. And so I decided, well, I need to make sure I get a pedicure, because if my feet and knees are going to be up around his shoulders, I don't want him to think my feet look like Shrek, right? Okay. So I went and got a pedicure, and I made them paint my toes with some glitter sparkly, thinking it'll distract him from any other flaws that I may have in that area. And so I got my toes all shiny and sparkly, got my feet baby butt soft, and then I start thinking, okay, this is where things are going to get graphic. Turn this off if you're squeamish. I thought a little more extensive personal grooming perhaps is necessary since I was having a new guest. So I got some Nair wax strips. Let me clarify. None of the details I'm about to tell you are made up or embellished. These all happened as God is my witness. Okay. So I go into the bathroom and I read the directions. I open one, and it has 2 pieces of wax paper, and you're supposed to peel one piece of wax paper off, and there's this sticky wax in between. Well, I should have known when I started to peel the paper apart and they wouldn't come apart, because the wax didn't want to stay on one or the other. The wax was starting to peel off on both papers. And I'm thinking, it's fine. It can't be that big of an issue. Apparently it was. So you take, and they're about this big. I take and I smooth out my little wax strip, and I grab a hold. Now, mind you, I've had surgeries before, and I've said, I don't need any pain medication. I get my teeth filled without any Novocaine. I am a tough broad. I grab that corner of the wax strip, and I yank, and it doesn't want to move. I just bite the bullet, and I rip it off, and I'm thinking, oh my God, it's sparkly. I'm not going to pass out, but the pain was excruciating. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, maybe it was just the area that was in. Let's try a second one. So I take the other half of that strip and I smooth it all out. 1, 2, 3. Cuss words, bad things are thinking. I make it through. Third strip. Put it on, rip it off. I can't do this anymore. At this point now, honest to God, I've already got purple bruises appearing on my body. I wasn't just being a sissy. It was real. So I'm like, what am I going to do now? I'm too far in. At this point, now it's going to look like I have mange and I have like bald patches. I have to do something. So I think, well, I'm going to get into the shower. Maybe if I just get everything all warm, that wax will disappear. Because mind you, the wax wasn't coming back off onto the strip. It was apparently staying on my body. So I go to walk to the shower. My butt cheeks were fused together. The wax, everything was stuck together. I would walk and literally my right thigh was sticking to the back of my butt cheek. And when I would walk, it would go. I had glue everywhere. Everything was stuck together. I hop in the shower. I'm scrubbing. Nothing is moving. I'm using every product I could find. Nothing. And I'm thinking, well, maybe I can shave it off. No. Apparently, that was causing the razor to stick and do jerky motions, which, what happens when you do that with the razor? Nicks and cuts. So now add to my already bruised body with stuck parts together with wax to now I'm bleeding because there's nicks and cuts everywhere. I get out of the shower and I'm thinking, oh my God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? So I look at the box and I'm thinking, is there an emergency 911 number on there? Nair hotline. What part of your body is fused together, please? I didn't know. So I look and there are these little wipes in there and I'm thinking, these are my salvation. Why did I not see this? I can do this. So I open it up. It's called post-wax removal wipe. And it's supposed to soothe and calm and remove wax. I open it up, dry as a bone. Completely out of date. Mental note, always check your wax strip packages for the date. There is a use by on those things. So eventually I think, well, maybe I can re-wet it. Fortunately, it worked. I removed the wax, but here's the deal. The next day I have to go to the doctor. I'm thinking he's going to ask me, my husband, to step out into the lobby and he's going to go, ma'am, are you okay? Have you been abused? Do I need to call a shelter for you? Because mind you, it looks like a bomb has went off in my lap. Oh, Lord have mercy. It was a struggle. It was real. It was a real struggle. Fortunately, I just warned him right off the bat. I said, look, doc, before you go down to do what you got to do, you need to know. I had a bad waxing accident. I don't know what you're going to see when you get there, but I don't want you to be afraid. I'm okay. Literally. Do you know what he said? Well, that's an interesting story. God bless him. He tried to remain professional. I just held my breath at that point. I looked up at the ceiling and pretended I was anywhere but there. Good news is everything came out okay. The stent was removed. I was happy. Yeah, I didn't ask the doctor for a hug when I left. I felt there was enough trauma already. We just left as friends. So, be careful. Bikini season is here. Learn from my mistakes. Stay safe, my friends. Stay safe.